We start at noon with breaking news. Mandatory evacuations are being called for. A wildfire that broke out in Fremont County. It's burning near Penrose off of State Highway 115 near Fremont County Road F45. That whole county road has been notified to evacuate. Highway 115 is closed while crews fight the fire. We will, of course, continue to update you as we learn more. We've learned that 2 of 3 people killed in a motorcycle crash on an Idaho roadway on Tuesday were Larimer County Sheriff's deputies. Thanks for joining us at 9 News at Noon. I'm Sam Shocker. Idaho State Police say the driver believed to be responsible is a Colorado Springs woman. The crash happened in northern Idaho on a highway near the town of Kuski. Authorities believe a pickup truck driver, a 60-year-old woman from Colorado Springs, tried to pass another car. This was in a no passing zone. She ran into the 2 Larimer County deputies, Jeremy Coleman and Ethan Powers, and a third man with them, Coleman's son-in-law, Nathan McCormick. All 3 were on motorcycles and died at the scene. The truck driver was arrested for vehicular manslaughter. Sergeant Coleman and Deputy Powers dedicated their lives to protecting their community, and their impact will continue to be felt by those who had the privilege of serving alongside them. A Colorado State University grad is among the 8 people killed this week when a B-52 bomber crashed shortly after takeoff outside of Los Angeles. Miles Middleton was an Air Force veteran who served in Afghanistan and received several accolades while he was a service member. He's survived by his wife, 17-year-old daughter, and 12-year-old son. The Air Force says the bomber was on a routine test mission when it suddenly went down. Investigators are looking into the cause of the crash, but say it may take up to 6 months before any findings are released. The friend of a Grand Junction woman killed in a skydiving plane crash in Missouri last week is sharing memories that he has of her. 55-year-old Jennifer Sharp was one of 12 people killed, and so far, investigators don't know what brought the plane down. As 9 News reporter Courtney Yoon tells us, Sharp's friend says she really had an impact on the skydiving community.
This crash happened on Sunday shortly after taking off from Butler Memorial Airport in Missouri. We know that all 12 people on board were killed, including 55-year-old Jennifer Sharp from Grand Junction. So according to her blog, Sharp had been skydiving since she was 18 years old. She had completed more than 6,800 skydives since 1989, including at least one time right into Coors Field. Sharp was also a mother and a grandmother. The crash happened about 65 miles south of Kansas City. Among the other victims were people from Pennsylvania, Missouri, Kansas, and a 24-year-old from India. Our NBC News partners in Grand Junction, KKCO, spoke with friends of Sharp. Bob Lewis says Sharp was one of the only skydivers in the world who taught instructors.
Losing her leaves a big hole in the sport as far as education, as far as training, just the brain power, because she was probably the biggest brain in the sport without anybody really realizing.
The National Transportation Safety Board and the Federal Aviation Administration are investigating the cause of this crash. So far, they don't know what happened, and it could take months before they find out more. In Denver, Courtney Yoon, 9 News.
All right, Courtney, thank you. We are getting some heat relief today, but not a ton. This is a live look from Lookout Mountain over in Golden. It looks beautiful out there. I see blue skies, a little bit of cloud coverage. It's the wind, I'm sure, that we're going to have to be concerned of. I'm not sure what the wind looks like today in comparison to yesterday. How do you feel about it, Chris, especially with that fire right now in Fremont County?
Yeah, the KO fire in southern Colorado. We'll talk more about that in just a second. But the good news is that winds are a lot lighter today compared to yesterday. Fire danger notably and appreciably lower today compared to yesterday. That is good news. I was quite concerned. I would have been a lot more concerned to see that fire start yesterday compared to today. That said, of course, fire behavior, it can be very erratic, and local conditions really make the difference there. But in southern Colorado with the KO fires, just looking at some of the observations there, winds gusting about 15 to 20 miles an hour, which is, it's a bit breezy. But again, yesterday we were talking about those 30 to 40 to 50 mile an hour winds. That would have been a lot more concerning. Right now in Denver, pretty quiet with temperatures a lot calmer, or a lot cooler than this time yesterday. A lot of mid to upper 70s around the metro area right now. 70s for the most part, Eastern Plains. 80s for the most part, 70s and 80s in the high country and the western slope. Today, 88 in Denver, sunny and warm out there on this Thursday. Winds, here they are, a lot lighter than this time yesterday. That is good news, but unfortunately that wind will pick back up again, and that will increase our fire danger for Saturday in particular. We could also be talking about some severe weather on Saturday as well. I'll tell you about that in full detail in just a few minutes.
All right, Chris, thank you. Turning to a live look at Chicago, former President Obama is expected to speak ahead of the dedication of his presidential library. Several other former presidents and major performers like Stevie Wonder and Bruce Springsteen are also there in attendance. You can watch the dedication live right now on 9news.com or on the 9 News app. Arapahoe County investigators ask the public to keep an eye out for a 63-year-old man who hasn't been seen since last Friday. Kevin Bailey, a U.S. Air Force veteran, was last seen June 12th, leaving the Woodland Estates Senior Living Center on South Roslyn Street. He told an employee he was taking the bus to visit friends, but his family says he has dementia. He's also been missing his daily medication since June 11th, and his family says that could be life-threatening. Investigators say his cell phone last pinged near East 36th Avenue and Akron Court, about 8 miles from where he lives. His phone is no longer active, and he has no access to money or a debit card. They are asking anyone who spots him to show compassion and call 911. Construction on the Broncos' new training facility is still stopped following a worker's death Monday, but we learned OSHA is now investigating it. Arapahoe County Sheriff's Office, or officials rather, say that co-workers found the construction worker unresponsive in a confined ceiling area. He was pronounced dead at the scene, but his cause of death is still being determined. A safety expert says that OSHA is investigating other things like the work process itself and conditions at the time. They'll also try to get a better understanding of the exact job the worker was doing and who directed it.